What you're about to see here is an interview with my client, Julian, who is personally the best Instagram advertiser which I know. In fact, all of the insane results which you've seen me generate for my clients on my Instagram was actually derived from him. He's the one who taught me it. So I'm going to be interviewing him and asking him the secrets which allowed him to generate over $300,000 on one platform, one channel in the last year alone. And since this was coaching and he had practically no employees, this is 90% profit. Then at the end, I'll be asking him some questions about how he's found working with me to do all of his Instagram content over the last year and producing hundreds and hundreds of videos that have allowed him to generate hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that said, let's get into it.
Julian, you've been working with me for over a year now, done a lot of stuff together in terms of content creation, YouTube, Instagram, and quite a lot more. Would you mind telling the people watching a bit about what you do?
Of course. Happy to be here, Liam. So I help videographers essentially build businesses and scale from anywhere from making like 3 to 5K a month upwards of to like 20 to 30K a month, right? And I help them do that by focusing on number one, helping them build their offer, number two, helping them build authority, and number three, helping them get predictable clients, right? So I call it the Authority Creator Blueprint, and I've been doing that for the past year, and it's been really fulfilling. And I essentially got in contact with Liam through a cold DM, which I don't really check, but you know, he stood out to me, and now here we are.
Yeah, that was like the very beginning of when I started out. Like Julian was my second ever client, and yeah, it was like a DM where I made him a free video, and he liked the video, so we got on a call, and yeah, that's when we started. It's been definitely a long time, like creating some killer content. For the people watching, like, what were you struggling with before we started working together?
I'd say really, as far as like video editing goes, like I had a good editor at the time, but he was slow, right? And with social media and content building a business, you need things fast, right?
Mm.
You need things fast, and you need things number one because speed and consistency. If you're not consistent, your reach will, you know, diminish. So you need to have a consistent output, right? But then also, creative wise, when I saw Liam's stuff, his edits were like funny, right? And I was like, I want to be more entertaining. So the edits really stood out to me, and the fact that he gave me a free edit without me even asking, I
Mm.
think it came without me even asking, and at this point, a lot of people try to do those things now, but it's oversaturated, right?
Exactly.
But he did it before everyone else was doing it, and it really just like cut through the rest of the noise.
Yeah, it's basically like an outbound lead magnet because you're providing free value up front and it's related to them. So yeah, it was just a super effective lead magnet. But so what was it that initially drew you to work with me? Obviously, you get a lot of cold DMs. You got this video from me without asking. What was it kind of like pulled you in and was like, okay, this is like the person I'm gonna go with.
Well, I mean, so I'm a fan of Kanye, right? And there's one thing he said, like way back. He was like, "Listen to the kids, bro." Right? That's like a quote. He says, he's like, "Listen to the kids, bro." And the fact that like you're younger than me, you're 16, right? I'm 31, and I'm like, okay, social media is changing. All these retention edits, all these trends. I don't have time to keep up with stuff. Let me just listen to the kids, bro. Let me just like Liam. He's working hard. You know, he's learning. He has all these ideas. I'm like, wow. For someone so young, he's really smart and ahead of his time. So really, it was just the fact that like you were doing what you were doing, but also young. I was like, okay, let me just listen to him because he's gonna know like the trends that are happening, and it turned out to be right.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting quote. I think I remember you telling me this a couple of months back. But then, what were some like tangible results you saw from working with me? Obviously, it's been a year now, so it's been a while.
Well, tangible being number one, like the edits are fire, right? And you always came up with new ideas too. So one thing we did in the beginning, you started off like, "Hey, here's some edits I can do for you," and then I asked for something custom, and you're like, "Well, I really don't do custom edits, but I'll do one for Julian. We'll have the custom Julian edits, right?" So that was really cool because I had my own style, and if you go through my Instagram page, you can see that everything is consistent. right? And also, you're always able to find really good clips. So most of the time, when me and Liam will work together, I very rarely sent him like a raw video that was just like, hey, this is made for a short. Like most of it was like long form clips, or he'd have to actually go through and find like the best clips to see, okay, what can be good for social media, right? Other than using like Opus clips or something like that, that just gives you like random clips, even though they say it's like, oh, this is viral. Liam would actually like watch the videos all the way through and then pull specific clips from them. And all the clips that he pulled, I probably would have pulled myself, right? So it's like he understood my messaging well and understood exactly how I wanted to, portray myself. And because of that, it really helped me nurture my audience, right? So
100%.
yeah, so like I'm all about running ads, like paid ads. So he also helps me edit the paid ads, but running paid ads alone doesn't really get the job done. Like you need to have a good nurturing system, right? So if you go through my Instagram, it's all nurture content, and Liam helped me do that. And because of the fact that he helped me nurture, it helped me convert a lot of clients because they could just go through and watch my videos that Liam edited.
100%. Like that's the most efficient way to create content, right? Because you're hitting two birds with one stone. You're posting on YouTube, and then you're taking snippets from YouTube and putting it on Instagram. And so long as you do a good job, you could either get really viral videos or really relevant videos that will like nurture the audience more than ever. And that's what I say. Like anytime someone asks, like, can you show me nurture videos? Like I literally always show them your page. Because we've been doing this for like over a year. You can just scroll through endlessly, and there's just video, 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 and it's like someone who is your ICP could go in there and just binge watch it. They could just binge it and be like, wow, like this is next level. This is exactly what I'm looking for. He solves all these problems. He talks about all this. Like he just gives me so much value. So it's extremely like beneficial to them when they come across your page after seeing ads, and that increases the show rate, the close rate, everything like that. So if you could sum up your results in one sentence, what would it be?
I'd say that you really helped me essentially build my authority, right? Through helping me put out consistent content. And then also, one thing Liam also did for me was he actually put the content out for me too. So you saved me a lot of time, right? The one thing like I had hated in the beginning was to have all these videos and have to put them out. And just you taking that part, and then also you also reviewing the edits for me too, rather than me having to like send a bunch of revisions, right?
Yeah.
Be like, Julian, don't worry, here are the videos in Notion, but don't worry, I'm gonna look after them. And then I would go in there and I would see your notes to your editors, right? And even if like an editor screwed up, you would just handle it without me even knowing, right? You'd be like, oh, Julian, this editor sucks. I just fired him. I got another one for you. Don't worry, right? So that helped a lot. But you definitely like helped me build my authority because that's like through content. Like if I just had ads and no consistent content, then the way I convert clients wouldn't work the same. The way people look at me wouldn't be the same.
100%. 100%. And like this works so well. I remember I was editing your content, like I was finding the clips in the long form, and then I was like, dude, Julian, I'm actually going to use this in my own agency. And then I actually joined your program, and it was so valuable. It was what got me my first 10K month, and it was like that. Yeah, it's like proof of how well it works. What advice would you give to someone considering joining Stallion Media?
I'd say go with it, right? Like, it's funny. I actually almost worked with Siggy too before Liam. So very, very small world. Siggy almost got coached by me. I don't think he could afford it at the time. Maybe he can now. Now that him and Liam are like, getting people crazy results. But I would say definitely go with Liam. Number one, because he's super creative, super hardworking. Like he'll legit be up at like 3 a.m. Right, just to hop on a call,
Or
school the
on the
next day, and
weekends.
and he'll do it. Right. Also, like he never stops learning. So there's certain things that are like so complex that even I have a hard time understanding. Like this kid could legit like build funnels, right? Like he's always like I do like the simple funnels, but he'll go to like go high level. He'll go into all these places. He's always learning. If you go to his YouTube, he's breaking down strategies that other creators are doing. So he's definitely has his like his ear to the streets and he's paying attention, right? So if you want someone who can actually like, who's number one, who gets his hands dirty, because if you look at his content, he's also doing the thing that he preaches. Like he's not just saying, "Oh, I'll make edits for you, I'll build you a funnel." He also has a funnel. He also has his own edits. He also has a YouTube channel. He also puts out consistent Instagram videos. So you want to work with someone who's actually like doing the thing and not just like pointing fingers at you and saying, "Hey, you need to do this." But it's like, well, what are you doing? So he's actually doing it. He's actually putting money behind his own ads, right? So he's doing all the things that he's going to want to do for you, and he's doing it well. When I was 16 years old, I was not thinking like this, right? So he's like a once in a generation type of person just to be doing all this stuff at such a high level so young, right? So if you want someone who's like a trendsetter, I would definitely consider going with Liam.
I appreciate that, bro. And was that like a specific feature or aspect of like my services which made you feel the biggest difference?
Nothing technical, mostly just you, right? So a lot of people can offer the same thing, but it just depends on the actual person, right? So I think you as a person bring a lot of value, and that's something that's hard to duplicate,
Hmm.
right? And people will realize that when they work with you too, right? Like there's a reason why you have such a good network. There's a reason why so many people like you have so many different mentors who spend time with you because we all see something, in you, and and I think all your clients will too.
100%. Like all my clients that I onboard, like I actually like they're just good people and meant like they give me advice. Sometimes they mentor me. Especially you. You're like one of the top ones. I literally like I joined your coaching program as well. Was like next level. So anyone watching, if you have an agency, you want to scale it, or even like coaching businesses now, right? Do you think that our collaboration will continue to benefit you in the future? And then if so, how?
Yeah, for sure. Like as long as you just keep moving forward and keep learning new things, then there'll always be something for us to do together, right? Because the one thing about business and marketing is things change.
Hmm.
Some things get outdated, some things get oversaturated. So if you're not always pivoting and trying new things, you're going to get left behind, right? So as long as, you and Siggy stay up to date with the things and you can see things that are coming along, I could definitely see us continue to like collaborate.
100%. And what's one thing you wish you knew earlier about what we do?
Um, that's a good question. I guess now maybe like the funnel stuff because I like we talked about that. Like I ended up someone reached out to me through cold email and it got my attention to build a funnel. I was like, I usually don't check these. Same thing with you. I was like, you got me with this email. Let's see what you can do. And it's turned out well so far. Like I like how it looks, but then turns out you build funnels too, like like different types of funnels. So okay, you know, that's something I if I had known to, and if I knew the results, I probably would have like thought twice about it, right? But you live and you learn, and there's still opportunity for us to work on that in the future.
Of course, 100%. And then, how would you describe the value which I brought to your business?
I'd say it's a lot of value. Like I said, like in the past, since we started working together, I've personally like just through my Instagram and made like close to 300K just from my account, right? And with that, you've made all of the videos. so so that's a huge impact. Like obviously, I'm saying the things, but you made me look cool, right? Like we work together because one thing I care about is like, okay, I have to make sure like certain shots are high quality, but then sometimes I'll send you like a super low quality Zoom interview, and you still make it look good, right? So that keeping things consistent, it's just really giving me value and just saving me time with like posting for me too. And whenever it's like, oh, Julian, edits are done, it's just out, right? So saving me time and keeping things consistent and giving me edits that were like my unique style right? It didn't look like something from CapCut or
Yeah,
Submagic,
exactly.
right? It was very
Exactly.
like unique. So that definitely helped a lot.
So in the past year, you've done over $300,000 from your Instagram.
Yeah, since we started working together.
Nice. That's solid, bro. And then, is there anything else you'd like to share with the people watching about everything like working with me, how it's been?
Just do it. Just work with Liam. Just do it.
All right. Well,
That's
thank
all
you.
I can say. I've given Liam business already. I've referred him to a lot of people just because I
100%.
know that he will actually do it, and he'll do it quick, and he's excited to do it.
That's the way. All right. Well, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
All right, thank you. You too.